Hey guys, it's Jasper, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Green Eggs and Ham is not a fairy tale. And this is probably true. However, one of the things that I love about fairy tales is fairy tales are fun to read. And there's great energy and animation and excitement in reading them. And this is a fantastic story to read. It's been sitting on the shelf a while. I have read it for many enthusiastic and not so enthusiastic children, babysitting and tutoring, and I'm like, this is a fantastic story! Don't you feel the pain? Don't you feel the drama, the excitement, will he, won't he, all of that jazz. This is a great story to read. And so, yes, I'll say now at the beginning of the video, this is probably not a fairy tale, but let's just give it a read. And in the comments down below, you can tell me whether or not you think there was any fairy tale to this Zeusical tale, or if perhaps there is. Tonight, pairing with our Green Eggs and Ham is going to be a nice red wine. And it didn't seem like it could be just any red wine, but it seemed like it needed to be a great big red wine. Partly because this wine was open. And the other part because, I don't know, I think that if Dr. Seuss were to illustrate a bottle of red wine, it would be enormous and probably actually 3 times the size of this. So this is the best I can do for Dr. Seuss.
As always, pour yourself something yummy to drink, relax, enjoy, and cheers. You can tell this is some Zeusical wine. How? I'm not sure. It's neither green, nor eggs, nor ham. But one way or another, I'm gonna figure it out. Green eggs and ham. Dr. Seuss. Now it's important to note on this particular collection, the spine has been broken from constant reading. Some Jasper Appler felt it necessary to write not just her name, beautifully, but also kind of my old phone number. Some things are backwards, but it's alright. Also my brother's name, and another one of my brother's names, and I'm not sure who wrote all of this, but somebody I think was also trying to add their name. I do have 4 brothers after all.
Green Eggs and Ham. Dr. Seuss. I am Sam. Sam. I am. That's Sam I am, that's Sam I am, I do not like that Sam I am. Do you like Green Eggs and Ham? I do not like them, Sam I am. I do not like Green Eggs and Ham. But would you like them here or there? I would not have them here or there. I would not have them anywhere. I do not like Green Eggs and Ham. I do not like them. Sam, I am. Would you like them in a house? Would you like them with a mouse? I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like Green Eggs and Ham. I do not like them. Sam, I am. Would you eat them in a box? Would you eat them with a fox? Not in a box, not with a fox, not in a house, not with a mouse. I would not eat them here or there. I would not eat them anywhere. I would not eat Green Eggs and Ham. I do not like them. Sam, I am. Yeah, but could you? Could you? In a car? Eat them, eat them. Here they are. I would not, could not, in a car. You may like them, you may see. You may like them in a tree. I would not, could not in a tree, not in a car, you let me be. I do not like them in a box, I do not like them with a fox, I do not like them in a house, I would not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there, I would not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham, I do not like them, Sam I am. A train, a train, a train, a train. Could you, would you? On a train? Not on a train. Not in a tree. Not in a car, Sam, let me be. I would not, could not in a box. I would not, could not with a fox. I could not eat them with a mouse. I could not eat them with a house. I could not eat them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them. Sam, I am. Say, in the dark? Here, in the dark. Would you, could you, in the dark? I would not, could not, in the dark. And would you, could you, in the rain? I would not, could not, in the rain. Not in the dark, not on a train, not in a car, not in a tree. I do not like them, Sam, you see. Not in a house, not in a box, not with a mouse, not with a fox. I will not eat them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. You do not like green eggs and ham? I do not like them, Sam, I am. Could you, would you with a goat? I would not, could not with a goat. Would you, could you, on a boat? I could not, would not, on a boat. I will not, with a goat. I will not eat them on a train. I will not eat them in the rain. Not in the dark, not in a tree, not in a car. You let me be. I do not like them in a box. I would not like them with a fox. I will not eat them in a house. I will not eat them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I would not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam, I am. You do not like them? So you say. Try them, and you may. Try them and you may, I say. Sam, if you'll let me be, I'll try them. You'll see. Say, I do like green eggs and ham. I do. I like them, Sam, I am. And I would eat them in a boat, and I'd eat them with a goat. I'll eat them in the rain, and I'd eat them in the dark, and on a train, and in a car, and in a tree. They're so good, you see. So I'll eat them in a box, and I'll eat them with a fox. I'll eat them in a house. I'd eat them with a mouse. I'll eat them here or there. Say, I'd eat them anywhere. I do like green eggs and ham. Thank you. Thank you. Sam, I am.
Would you? Could you? On a train? In the rain? With a fox? In a box?
The one thing that I always forget about when I read this story to kids, I don't know if I've ever read this story to adults, but I always forget how long it is. It's a pretty thick book. It covers a lot of terrain. You know, to simply say, you know, don't say that you don't like something until you've given it a try. You know, try something and then decide if you like it or not. And I think that's a great part of the fun, is that it goes so far, you know, where our main character is, you know, pushed right off the limits. You know, he's just like been asked, would you try them this way? Would you try them this way? Would you try them this way? Or this way? This way? This way?
This way.
Until finally he's like, fine. I've been shot up a tree and on a train through a cave, and for some reason the train tracks ended and we shot off into the water. You know, I'm kind of, this is like rock bottom, so I guess, you know, you're not gonna leave me alone. Things just keep getting worse. So I guess I'll try them. And then he tries them and he's like, yeah, no, I changed my mind. So, is this a fairy tale? Well, I don't care particularly if it was a fairy tale or not, because I loved reading it. I hope that you enjoyed listening to it. To me, it's fun. It tells us something important. It uses comedy to do this. The illustrations are fun. The lengths in which our main character is brought to, it's almost heartbreaking. I remember the first time I read this, it wasn't the first time I had read the story, but I was reading the story to 3 children who had never heard the story before, and they were just on the edge of their seats. Like, oh my goodness, why won't this Sam I Am leave our good friend alone? He said no. And you know, when it finally did come around, they were just like, man, you should have tried those green eggs and ham a long time ago. Saved us all some time. I think the story gets a little muddled if we just think about it as like, you know, he said no, so leave it at that. Because Sam I Am is being the good persistent thing, which is saying, try this, it's a good thing, it's a positive thing. This isn't the person, you know, pushing you to do something that they shouldn't be pushing you to do. The Sam I Ams in the world are not persons, I don't think, because people will have their own sort of agenda, but it is I wonder if it's kind of that, it's the little voice, it's the thing that you know you should do or you should try. And if we feed it, it will continue to come and offer us plates of green eggs and ham. And if we don't, then we're going to miss out on trying new things. One of the major things I like about this story, and I think one of the reasons why I read it so often to kids when I get the opportunity, is that it's a story that I need as much as they might need, or a story that in truth I might need more than they need. And it makes me think about something that Ken Robinson talks about in his talks. He does a few TED Talks that are really excellent on education and creativity. I'll link some down below so you can watch them if you haven't, because they're really interesting. And he talks about how we educate children out of creativity. Children have, talk to a 3-year-old and they will ask you why till you go insane. You know, like, why is the sun up in the sky? I don't know, it just is. Like, it's up there because of science and like we're all placed in it. Well, why is it like that? And you're like, oh, I don't know, to keep us warm. And, well, but why? And but why? And but why? And the questions of a 3 or 4-year-old can kind of make you go crazy. They are the Sam I Ams of the world. But at the same time, why is such an important question. Why is the keep the door open, keep the windows open, keep it open question. It's the question that says, I understand you're telling me this is how something is, but I want to know why. And whereas how is a question largely of the sciences, why is a question of the humanities. Because it's not about the technical thing, it's about the purpose. It's about big picture purpose stuff. And why is an important question to ask. But we get frustrated with the why question, and so we teach children, because that's how it is, or please stop asking questions. We discourage kids from asking questions, especially questions like why. We want more specific questions, we want easier questions. And I think as we get older, we stop asking why about stuff. that's just the way it is. That's politics, baby. That's, you know, starving artists. That's the way, you know, things go. You get this and that happens and everybody knows that and you're just learning it now. We stop asking why and we start saying no to things. And I think that's such a shame because we need to ask why and we need to say yes. Try it. Try it. You may like it. Just, you might like it. If you don't like it, then you know, right? And maybe you don't like it now, but try it again in 10 years. See if you still like green eggs and ham, or you still don't like it. But I think that it's important as adults that we revisit stories that stood out in our head, or if you don't remember, just go to your local library and browse through the children's section because there's gems of stories that were meant to seed purpose and energy and enthusiasm and creativity in us. And I would hope that you've grown in that, but also don't be afraid to revisit it because you might need some more seed, you know, in your garden to say yes to things instead of always no. To ask why instead of just how, or shutting the door and saying that's how it is. So that's my little bit on Dr. Seuss's Green Eggs and Ham. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you have anything to say, I would love to hear that down below. Leave comments, discussion, if you think this is a fairy tale or not, or you think, boo, read us fairy tales, then tell me a fairy tale to read and I will do my best. As always, I hope whatever you've been drinking has been good, that the story was a fair match, not too crazy. And until next week, cheers. I would not, could not, in the rain, not in the dark, not on a train, not in a car, not in a tree. I do not like them, Sam, you see, not in a house, not in a box, not in a house, not in a mouse. That's all messed up. I do not like them in a box, I do not like them with a fox, I will not eat them in a house, I will not eat them, I do not. I could not, would not on a boat, I will not with the goat. I will not eat them on a train, I will not eat them in the rain, not in the dark, not in a tree, not in a car, not in...